for week 7 of football here in Beast, Texas. Jimmy, it just keeps getting better.
Oh, man, aren't those the best words? Under the Lights starts now. What better 5 ways to start your night here on Friday night on CBS the 19th? Hey, Art, let's just hop into it. Let's just hop into it. Game of the week, baby. Damian Bartonic, one more time. Down in Kilgore, Chapel Hill, Kilgore. I know this one was pretty interesting for a minute there. Damian, give me the latest on it, please.
Hey, fellas, I want to tell y'all like this, man. The people here in Kilgore love CBS19, all right? They love us here, and we love them. And you know what else I loved? I loved this game, everything about it coming into this one. It was a huge, huge game, a lot of ramifications heading into this one. And while it didn't start pretty right now, I'm not going to tell y'all the score just yet, but hey, let's go ahead and see how this game turned out first, and then I'll give y'all that update on what the game's at right now.
A battle of the Bulldogs went down in Kilgore, and the red and black took on the blue and yellow Bulldogs of Chapel Hill. And early on, neither team could get things going. Midway through the first, Malik G on the sprint out tries to hit his man in the flat, but this one is tipped and picked off by Devin Tinney. Kilgore ball now, goal to go. Kason Brooks drops back to hit the slant, and this one gets smacked by his own lineman's helmet. This is a 4 and out for the Bulldogs, keeping this game tied at 0. Chapel Hill looks to get some juice now, and they do so by handing it off to Sadadrian Darden, and man, that kid can fly. But ultimately, the Hill would punt on this drive. But finally, Kilgore answers with something and gives us something. Rayshawn Williams, this kid is so fast, he makes fast people look not fast. To the house, Kilgore scores, and this gives them a 7-0 lead. One last drive for Kilgore before the half now, and Brooks is just met in the backfield by a pack of Bulldogs in yellow and white. Sack lunchtime for Chapel Hill, and this one ends in the first half with a score of 7-0.
Now, Jimmy and Dan, I might have lost a little bit of aura when I stumbled at the end of that, all right? I had a little crowd in front of me. I got a little nervous, all right? But you know who didn't get nervous? The Kilgore Bulldogs. It's 28-7, all right? They absolutely dominated in this second half, and they really shut down Chapel Hill's offense. We know Chapel Hill can put up points like crazy, but that wasn't the case tonight. Right now, we still got about 1:51 left in this game, so plenty of time. Maybe Chapel Hill can make it a little bit more respectable, but right now, it's 28-7 Kilgore. Guys, back to y'all.
Oh, you can't see it, but over your shoulder, Malik G just got blown up. Hey, don't think I didn't catch that reference either. I got the reference, a little longest yard reference. Hey, Damien, thank you very much. That was a fantastic little breakdown there. We got games, a lot of them here coming after us. I don't want to hold up any longer. Tyler High, Cleburne, our site game of the week. We were pretty hyped about this one coming in. This is a good opportunity for Tyler High.
The best 2-4 team in East Texas. A tremendous Beast Texas game day atmosphere over at Rose Stadium. Tyler High's down 6-0 beginning of the first quarter here. The Lions start clawing back as the QB Caden Granberry converts on 4th and 2, setting things up in the red zone where he'll find Trey Harrelson cutting over the middle. Junior makes the catch and then turns on the booster, zigs and zags his way into the end zone. Tyler High up 7-6. Yellow Jackets on offense, but not for long. Daniel Bush knocks the ball loose on the sack. James Collier jumps on it. Lions take over. Wrong, big cat. Immediately catch him, though. Granberry floats it up to the tight end. Chris Moore climbs the ladder, makes the catch through the pass interference call. 14-7. Second quarter, Tyler High back to work. Granberry hits Moore once again, picks up a first down along the sideline. Then Granberry sends it into the scrum. Davion Searles is in there, and now just watch the senior take off. Whole lot of Yellow Jackets around, but ain't nobody catching this kid. That's another house call for the Lions. And after starting behind, they jump out in front 21-6 with less than 10 minutes till halftime. Let's see where we're at now.
Oh,
wow.
Big time.
Big night for Tyler High. 66-30 over Cleburne.
That one's over, 66. Good win for him. Good win for him. Back on track. 3-4 now. Hey, let's go to Lobo Stadium, Longview, Texas. Forney Jackrabbits taking a visit. Coach King's second game back. Kind of. First home game since week 2, though. Opening drive of the game after the kick. Look at those pretty uniforms. Look at those Mahomes uniforms. Nelson Peterson Jr. gets the snap, finds Jahili for a quick slant over the middle. Emir Imari slips a tackle, sheds another, still on his feet, makes a defender miss, eventually getting forced out of bounds inside of Lobo territory. It's going to set up a handoff to Javian Osborne, who takes it up the middle. tries to power his way in. He was able to move that pile into the end zone. Jackrabbits strike first. Lobos ball. Second play from scrimmage. Mason Washington with the rock. Burst through the hole. He's got nothing but daylight in front of him, or nighttime in front of him. Washington showing off the speed under the lights. One defender to beat. Hey, you know what's faster than Jackrabbit? A Lobo's faster than a Jackrabbit. They score 2. After a muff punt, Peterson Jr. looking for Amari Jahili again. He sheds the tackle, still going, looking to score, gets wrapped up eventually, but he was able to dive his way into the end zone. He hit triangle. What a play from Amari. This one, 14-7 going into the half. Oh, wow. 28-14. Longview drops their first home game since week 2. That's a tough one. That's a district loss. That's one a lot of people didn't see coming.
Certainly not us. All right. Well, tonight was extra special for Big Sandy. They celebrated the 50th anniversary of their 1975 state championship title team. The mayor of Big Sandy proclaimed October 10th as 1975 Big Sandy Wildcat State Champs Day. They got to come up with an acronym or something for that. Many former players came out to celebrate this historic day for the entire town. But let's get to the highlights. That's why y'all are here. Big Sandy hosting the undefeated Elysian Fields. Right out of the gates, Evan White tosses it off to Brandon Kennedy. He's quick on his feet, slides through, but gets tripped up by Jamie Parker. Evan White again this time passes to Brandon Kennedy. He rushes down the right side, breaks through a couple tackles, but Easton Richardson trips him up. Still good for a Yellow Jackets first down. Yellow Jackets again here. Evan White finds Kennedy again, and he's knocked down just short of the goal line. Wildcats end up stopped, and then the next couple plays, but right after, offsides penalty on defense. Max Goswick scores for Elysian Fields. It is 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. And you remember Big Sandy looking for their first win.
Ooh, that looks like a different game.
That's a different score.
There we go.
There we go. And Big Sandy, their search continues for their first win. They lose 32-zip to Elysian Fields.
That's a tough homecoming for you. Take me to White House. Well, the Wildcats are going to lose the uniform battle. Look at these bad boys. Sweet helmets playing from the 903. How about the first pass of the game from the Indians? You think Jamarian Thurman ran this route. He picks this one off with ease. Wildcats back on offense here. But hey, number 3 was everywhere tonight on defense. Jacksonville plays some defense of their own. Kenyon Tilley picks off JoJo Adams. See, the issue is that they didn't play much offense afterwards. The Jacksonville Indians didn't. Hey, White House is going to get the ball after this one. Adams gets some redemption, hitting his running back, Zion Alexander, and he's going to do it the hard way. All the way to the end zone. Ran a little bit of extra there. Hit a nice little turn there. Like that. Check it out later. Wildcats not done. How about Jaden Gardner? Look at the balance on this kid, staying on his feet. White House puts up 2 tutties early on in this one. They might, as we just saw, kind of ran away with it in the end. Yep. Jacksonville put up 21 points, though. That's one of the higher scored offensive games we've seen from them.
Yeah, you'll take the wins where you can get them.
Yeah, you take the wins where you can. White House picking up a big-time win there.
Absolutely. Jimmy, it's time for your favorite part of the show. Our late news headlines with Brennan Gurley. All right, here we go.
Dan and Jimmy, a disturbing arrest out of Smith County. A Tyler man is facing serious charges tonight, accused of possessing child pornography. According to the Smith County Sheriff's Office, Samuel Vega was taken into custody earlier this morning in Southwest Tyler. The 33-year-old is charged with possession with intention to promote child pornography. We've since learned additional charges could be added. Right now, we're working to learn on how many victims may be involved. He's now in the Smith County Jail being held on a $1 million bond. We'll be sure to update you on air and online. Happening tomorrow, if you're looking to make some extra cash this holiday season or maybe even start a new job, Broadway Square Mall is the place to be. The mall is holding its first ever holiday job fair from 1 to 3 p.m. at Center Court right in front of Dillard's, and it's shaping up to be a one-stop shop for seasonal hiring. More than 15 retailers and restaurants will be there looking to fill both full and part-time seasonal positions. Some will even be doing on-the-spot interviews and, yes, even making job offers right there. Stephen Richardson, the mall's director of marketing, says the holidays bring a huge spike in shoppers and stores are eager to get staffed up.
Obviously one of our busiest times, so all of our retailers are trying to make sure that they have enough people to meet the demand of all the shoppers that come here to Broadway Square. We're doing on-site interviews. Some of them will just be doing applications, but bring your resume, dress to impress. You'll be able to network with the store teams themselves.
Well, there's even a little incentive just for showing up. You'll be entered to win a $200 Visa Simon gift card. Again, that's tomorrow 1 to 3 p.m. at Broadway Square Mall. And if you're looking for a holiday hustle, this could be it. Reporting in the studio, I'm Brennan Gurley.
Wow. Thank you so much, Brennan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brennan. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about Big Sandy, man. That team that they were celebrating tonight, 3 straight state championships. You just don't see something like that, especially, you know, from a smaller town out in Big Sandy. You know, they're going through a tough year. But the team was pretty good last year. They graduated a lot of playmakers. Still real nice to see the town have all that pride for guys like Lovie Smith, who's made a huge impact in the NFL, and Mr. Overstreet, whose life was ended too tragically too early. But great to see them.
Yes, sir. Well, Jimmy, we got your player of the week after this. So people, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Texas, welcome back into Under the Lights. Dan Millay and Jimmy Searfox with you on. Jimmy, tell me a little something about our player of the week.
You know, I'll tell you a little something about our player of the week, Kagan Ash down in Mount Enterprise. Kid didn't talk much. You know, sometimes these guys just don't talk much.
He's not a talker, he's a player.
But if you want to see what he says, watch his tape. Check this out.
CBS19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
This is 10 yards, a first down. It's been that way since 1912. Most good running backs at any level average about half of that per carry. Down in Mount Enterprise, they got a guy who averages 17 and a half.
I just really lock in, just play football, do my thing.
Meet Kagan Ash, the Texas Tech commit who's been an absolute nightmare for defenses, running just about as far as he wants, anytime he wants.
The hardest worker I've ever been around. He has extreme character. He works super hard. He's here every morning working out early through the summer and into the season. It's going to be hard to find a kid that works harder.
And that's because Mount Enterprise has had some players to look up to when Ash was coming up. And now he's literally filling their shoes.
This is my homeboy. He used to go to school. He gave them to me. He gave me like a bunch of football equipment. So I wear these for him.
That homeboy is Derek Jackson, who went on to play at Kilgore College, and he may not have played running back, but he played alongside another great Mount Enterprise running back, Kendre Miller. who's currently pounding the rock for the New Orleans Saints.
I just always looked up to him and Kendra. They used to always come over to the house and would hang out. And I just always looked up to him and my older brother.
And Ash has been running the ball a lot like Miller lately too. All the way to an 8,000 rushing yard career with a lot of games still left to play. Oh, and not to mention multiple D1 offers, and if he keeps it up, he'll be just like Miller. On to the NFL draft.
Yeah, I'm not positive. This was a huge game, by the way.
Yeah, wow.
But, I mean, how many touchdowns he finished with? But I'm pretty sure he had 4 in the first half.
Of this game?
Oh, yeah, that game. 68-50. We talked about this matchup. Big-time district play here. This one could have been a game of the week. Mount Enterprise takes it over Grapeland. They stay perfect 5-0. Or could be 6-0. I think it's 6-0.
6-0.
6-0 for sure.
All right, we got to head over to Gilmer, where the Buckeyes are facing Pittsburgh for the first district game of their schedule. And this game had been intense every quarter. Gilmer punts to the Pirates. Nick Stiles stayed on his feet and takes it all the way to the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite punch the ticket, but pretty close. Got really close, actually. All right, Sade Taylor. Well, I guess they did score. Sade Taylor launches it deep right in the hands of Trace Haynes in the end zone, right at the cameraman. Gilmer up 22-7. Buckeyes getting the get back. All right, here's another crazy kickoff return. Seven Duffy picks it up deep, and somehow he is going to weave his way through, zigging and zagging his way down the right sideline, and he'll be taken down eventually by Jerziru Johnson and Dylan Griffin. He ran that one about 60 yards. That's a nice
That
little
kid's so
return.
good, man. That will be a player week at some point here.
Cord Johnson here passes to Seven Duffy, escapes pressure, and runs right into the end zone. Pittsburgh punching back. But Buckeyes looking to answer back. Sade Taylor quickly is going to find Solomon Jackson in the end zone. This was a back and forth third quarter. Let's see where we ended up. All right, Gilmer on top. That's a good Pittsburgh team, too, but Gilmer down some 36-25.
Needed that one bad. You know, after that rough start, they needed to prove to the district, like, hey, we are still the Gilmer Buckeyes. They did it just now. Hey, take them to the 10-time state champion Carthage Bulldogs. They rolled through their non-district slate, unbeaten, headed to center. Kickoff league play in Deep East Texas. Jet Surratt to Jackson Pace into the end zone. Look how pretty that was. No one in front of him there. That one ends in purple. Take me to the next play here. Eventually.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
1st and 10 at the 12. Surratt looking in the middle of the field. Jaden Jeffries in the end zone. Bulldogs taking the lead in this one. Actually, this was one of my first games I ever covered in Game of the Week last week. So this one actually holds a little place in my heart. Center won that one. Our Carthage won that one big time. Looks like they're getting there too for this one. Jace Villegas, the Rough Riders' first touchdown there for center. Surratt, this one going off to Mr. Edwards here. Takes this one into the end zone for the touchdown. Barely gets over the pylon there. Here's another handoff, this time to Benny Smith. That one, no doubter, into the end zone. Deuce for 6. Yeah, that looks about right. Carthage 60, center 14. Center building back a little bit this year. New head coach, not quite having all the weapons that they did last year. This one gets a little away from him.
All right, well, Overton enters the field here looking to protect their home against the undefeated Lovelady Lions. Some have called them the most dominant team in East Texas, Jimmy.
I've heard.
Some are saying that. People are saying it. Lovelady with the ball. Quarterback Cody James looked for the quick pass, but pulls it down and takes off on the run, gets past the defense, bounces to the near sideline, straightens out and takes it all the way. Looked like he was headed for the end zone, but dragged down inside the 5. Lions looking to score now. James hands it off to Moises Vallejo, who busts up the middle for the touchdown. 7-0 Lions. Overton looking to answer back. Ryan Hollerman rolls out, finds Jacob Osborne to move the sticks for the first down. I like those green jerseys, Jimmy.
Look good. It's a classic look.
I like it. I like them a lot. All right, Overton sniff in the end zone. Hollerman takes the snap, front pitch to Ivan Ransom, but wait, Hollerman takes off towards the end zone, and Ransom throws it to Hollerman, who
Was that a Philly
wide
special?
open for the touch. I think
that was a
the
Philly
colors.
special.
Second quarter now, Mustangs with the ball. Hollerman back to pass here, comes, throw it into your living room. Actually, Jacob Osborne there for the touchdown. It's 14-7 Overton over a really good Lovelady team. And all right, well, the Lions, they bit back.
Looks like they found it out a little bit at the second half. They figured it out. Overton putting up a good fight, though, early on.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
not over.
It's
It's not over. We've seen crazier things. We've seen crazier things. You know what's pretty crazy, though? The weather. Oh, that's why we're at the desk
Week 7,
together. Let's
people.
take a look. Let's take a look at this one. Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony, tell us the goods.
Hi, East Texas. Beautiful weather day today. Beautiful night tonight for high school football. And overnight, that trend will continue. Look at these lows by Saturday morning. Lower 50s closer to the Arklatex, near 60 at Lufkin, Crockett into the mid-60s, a light wind and a clear sky. Hour by hour tomorrow, warming quickly to around 85 to 87 by 4 p.m. We'll see a high temperature rate around 88. Here's future skycast starting Saturday morning. Look at all the sunshine. Yeah, there's a lot of moisture out to the west, but high pressure centered over Louisiana will keep the moisture away. So fortunately and unfortunately, we'll be dry through the weekend and really for the next 10 days, as you see here on the Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. We've got cool mornings, warm afternoons, including highs returning to the 90s by Sunday and staying there for the better part of next week. And then a little bit of a cool down next weekend with perhaps a chance of rain by Saturday or Sunday night. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Brett, you too.
He's so
Have
good
a
at
great
that.
weekend. He's the best.
He's so good at the weather.
He's the best.
Yeah, when I go outside and I looked up, I'm like, Brett said this was going to happen.
Brett was right.
All right, let's get back to football, though. We got more coming up after the break.
Hello, East Texas. Welcome back into Under the Lights. We got 3 more great games for you, Jimmy. I'm excited to see. We got Troop in a second. I'm excited to see if Troop is still undefeated.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Bad
Well,
15.
Let's see if
Number
it stays
2.
that way. But first, we got to go to Hallsville, hosting Nacogdoches, taking on the Dragons. Dragons down 10 at the half. We're going to pick things up in the third quarter. I feel like they could do more with the helmets. You're the Dragons.
Yeah.
You could do
They
more
have a
with
dragon at their stadium. It's sick.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, breathes fire.
Jalen Garrett gets the snap. Micah Lockett is open across the middle, makes the grab, spins out of 1 tackle, and then is met by a couple more defenders. Dragons in scoring position. Garrett back to pass, throws it into the back of the end zone for his receiver, makes a play. That's Micah Lockett jumping over his defender, securing the catch. And they'll give it to him. Dragons get on a defensive stop now with the ball. Garrett stands in the pocket and throws a dart to guess who? Micah Lockett, who makes one man miss, another man, and finally brought down in Bobcat territory. That'll set up Another touchdown pass from Garrett to his running back, R.J. Whitaker, on a 3rd and goal. Whitaker wide open there. Dragons with 2 scores in the 3rd quarter to get a lead going into that 4th quarter. It was tight, and they hung on. They just hung on. They take down Hallsville 21-20.
Nacogdoches is a team that fires me up, man. They haven't had a ton of success, in the last few years, but they're on a roll this year. They squeezed by, but hey, a win is a win. Let's take me out of troop. Tiger Marching Band revs up the crowd and prepare for the second half. Winona Wildcats with the troop against the Tigers, leading 41-0. Troop's first possession back. Josh Childress working in the play action, tossing the wide receiver to screen to D. Hawley. Turned it upfield for a first down inside the 10-yard line. Next play, Childress hands the ball off to James Pierce. Takes it around to the left side into the end zone. Making it look easy there. Extra point, no good. Score is Tigers 47, Wildcats 0. Troop possession. Brett Wells show, baby. Zig, zag, cross midfield, finally dragged out of bounds. It's going to take a minute, though. He'll get to around the 30-yard line before he's pushed into the white. Here we go, cutting back through the hole now. This guy zigzagging, getting the ball down inside of the 10 this time. A couple plays later, it's Childress again. How many times are you going to call this kid's name? Handing it off to T. Caden Starkey. Out offensive line and defensive line have given this man a chance to score a touchdown. You have a little tea party in the end zone. Troop flat out dominating in this one. Yeah. Wow. A lot of zeros on the screen. The good one for 60. They got something in front of it.
Yeah, when you win 60-zip, you can party in the end zone. All right, we're going to go to Bullard now. Panthers Stadium, where Rusk Giggles, the Rusk Giggles, what is that supposed to say?
Giggles have
driving Bullard, moving quarterback. Micah Skaggs runs the quarterback keeper up the middle, pulls his way to a first down. Later in the drive, Skaggs goes to the play action and finds Josiah Johnson open, and he takes the ball inside the 5-yard line. A few plays later, Skaggs
definitely supposed to say Eagles. 100% supposed to say Eagles.
No, I think it was Giggles. I think it was supposed to say Giggles. Panthers find the end zone. They lead at 7-0 after the extra point was good. Following a late first quarter fumble by Bullard, the Eagles come back alive. Quarterback Bentley Moore hands the ball to Kakiri Teague, and he pushes the pile. Gets the Eagles first down. Second quarter now. And Moore drops back and tosses short to his right, where Adrian Tumlin snags the catch and drives for another Eagle first down. Later on in that drive, Moore hands the ball to Teague, who spins his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point was good, and we are all tied at 7. Wow, okay, Bullard wins it 24-7. Look at that.
No laughing matter here.
Over the Giggles.
No laughing matter here. Bullard taking it over Rusk. Love when it's a multiple of 7.
Folks, I had a Ron Burgundy moment. The prompter said Giggles. I could only say Giggles.
Yeah, and I'm realizing
I know they
now
were Rusk Eagles.
It's totally not a multiple.
But I saw Giggles, and that's all it was.
Yeah, no laughing matter here, though.
No,
we got the biggest movers coming up. Check it out. All right, welcome back. Biggest movers in that Fab 15. We talk about it every week. And Dan, you got one that you think is upward trending. Buy this stock.
Yes, and you said it. It's upward trending. This might be a prediction for weeks. Maybe not next week, but the week after. I want to talk about the Gilmer Buckeyes. Came into this game against a really good Pittsburgh team at just 1-4. Pittsburgh, I believe, was ranked at 13 on this week's Fab 15. Gilmer takes them down. Of course, Gilmer was a part of the preseason Fab 15. They slowly started to fall with each loss. But with this big win, I think, maybe not this week, but I think they have Van next week, so a win over Van next week. They can make their way back.
Oh, 100%. Mine, not exactly heading in the same direction. I'm going to go with the Longview Lobos, probably trending a few notches down. And this is one that's hard for you. They have the storyline with Coach King and everything he's going with. That's such a strong fan base that travels so well, and you can never count them out. But, after a loss to a team like Forney, you can't expect them to be moving up in the world. This one is such a tough district to play into.
Absolutely. But folks, as we get to the end of the show, remember we're going to be on CBS19 Plus pretty soon. But let's talk future plans, as in where our next Under the Lights kickoff game will be. It's a good one, folks. We are heading to Eagles Stadium for Lindale hosting Kilgore. Yes, please. You can join us live next Friday at 6:30 for our Under the Lights kickoff show. Jimmy, that is going to be a really
If there is any team in this district that can hand their first loss in district to Kilgore, it's those Lindale Eagles. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. Well, folks, you're going to have to tune in next week for that. But make sure you're sticking around on CBS 19 Plus, where we got even more highlights coming up. We got top plays coming up. If you don't have the app, download the app.
Come on.
We'll see y'all there. everybody. Welcome into Under the Lights Late Night Edition. Dan Millay and Jimmy Searfoss with y'all for week 7 of football in Beast, Texas. Jimmy, it just keeps on getting better and better and better.
Yeah, no, some good scores this week. Some close games that turned into maybe not some close games.
Last week, a lot of blowouts. Not the case this week.
Actually, there's been a good amount of blowouts this week.
There have been some. But last week it was like exclusively blowouts.
Yeah. No, there's been some closer ones this time, especially, Nacogdoches, Hallsville.
Yeah.
This one, our site game was not exactly that close.
It was not close. But good news for our DMA, our viewing demographic here. It was a tremendous day for Tyler High at Rose Stadium. They're down 6-0 in the beginning of this first quarter, but the Lions start clawing back. Caden Granberry converts here on 4th down and 2, setting things up in the red zone, where he will find Trey Harrelson cutting over the middle. The junior makes the catch, turns on the boosters, zigs and zags his way into the end zone, putting Tyler High up 7-6. Yellow Jackets on offense, but not for long. Daniel Bush knocks the ball loose on the sack. James Collier jumps on it. Lions take over, and they immediately cash in. Granberry floats it up to the tight end, Chris Moore, who climbs the ladder, makes the catch through the pass interference call. 14-7 Tyler High. Second quarter, Tyler back to work. Cranberry hits Moore once again, who picks up the first down, and Moore along the sideline. Then Cranberry sends it into the scrum. Who's got it? Davian Searles has got it. Now just watch the senior run. Whole lot of Yellow Jackets trying to sting him, but they can't catch him. That's another house call for the Lions, and after starting behind, they jump out in front 21-6. That was with 10 minutes to go till halftime, and they just kept on keeping on. They win at 66-30. Big win for Tyler High over Cleburne.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to Longview now. Longview Lobo Stadium taking on the Jackrabbits from Forney. Coach King's second game back. He's around there somewhere. First home game since week 2 for the Lobos. Been on the road a whole lot. Nelson Peterson Jr. getting the snap here for the Jackrabbits. Throws it to Amari Jahil for the quick slant route. Amari just slips the tackle, and then another one. Still makes it onto his feet, makes another defender miss, getting shoved out of bounds deep into Lobo territory. It's going to set off this handoff to Javian Osborne. Takes it up the middle, just runs through the pile on his way in. He's able to move that one into the end zone. Jackrabbits strike first. Lobos ball from the line of scrimmage. Mason Washington with a burst of speed through a hole. Ain't nothing but daylight ahead of him. Look at the one man trying to keep up.
No shot.
He can't. That one's going to get out of the reach of the Jackrabbit defender. Lobos answer quickly there. See the lights? See the lights flashing?
I saw him.
After a muff punt, Peterson Jr. looking for Jahil again. Sheds a tackle. Big surprise. Looking to score. Gets wrapped up around the 5, but dives. Lays out to get into the end zone. What a play there for Amari. Forney 14, Longview 7 after that first quarter. Forney barely squeaking this one by 28-24 over the Lobos at home.
Yeah, that's a really good road win for Forney. But let's talk about the 10-time state champs. Jimmy Carthage has rolled through their non-district slate unbeaten, and they're headed to center to kick off league play as we find Jet Surratt doing Jet Surratt things. Finds Jackson Pace, who's going to make his way into the end zone to put the Bulldogs up early. Later on, it is 1st and 10. We got to see the celebration. There it is. All right,
Beautiful pass. Beautiful
dance. 1st and 10 at the 12. Surratt looking down the middle, finding Jaden Jeffries in the end zone. Stop me if you heard this before. Actually, don't stop me because you have heard it before. Touchdown, Bulldogs. All right.
Especially in East Texas.
Especially.
There's a lot of Bulldogs that score touchdowns.
Yeah, true. Center possession here. Second down at the 1-yard line. Handoff to Jasis Villegas. The Rough Riders get their first touchdown of the game. They say we're not getting shut out today. No, sir. This time, Surratt hands it off to J.D. Edwards, and he is taken down right before the end zone. Another handoff, but this time it's Benny Smith. That is quite the dynamic running back duo for Carthage, folks. Benny Smith takes it in for the touchdown, and Carthage rolls to a 60-14 win.
How about that? Hey, take me over to Gilmer, though. Buckeyes face Pittsburgh for the first time, or for their first district game. This one was intense early. Gilmer punts to the Pirates. Nick Stiles staying on his feet here, takes it all the way to the 1-yard line. Nearly gets to the black. Not quite, though. We will actually not see this one go through. Gilmer up 22-7 at this point. Here's another crazy one. Oh, sorry. We got to get to this one. Deep pass into the end zone. Gilmer up 22-7 at this point in the ball game. Big time score there. Here's another kickoff return 7. Duffy picks it up. He's going to make some guys miss, man. This kid is so elusive. Watch that. How did he get out of that? How did he get out of that? Zig, zag. You know the drill. He's bop at the start. Push,
you say he's doing
pull.
a little of this, a little of that?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A lot of green grass ahead of him. He ran that one around 60 to 70 yards. Cord Johnson here takes the pass, gets it to his man 7 Duffy. Just get it in this kid's hands every single time. Escapes some pressure, pushes to the right end of the field. He gets into the end zone with some ease there. That number 4, man, you'd think he'd be wearing 7.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Hey, Buckeyes looking to answer back. Zay Taylor with the dart. Look at that dart. Solomon Jackson in the end zone. Big time third quarter here. A lot of scoring action. Gilmer squeaks away with this one, 36 to 25. Picks up that district win. Lets everyone know, hey, we're still around. We're still the Buckeyes.
Here. We're still the Buckeyes.
They're the Buckeyes.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we got to talk about our game of the week. Another battle of the Bulldogs, a dogfight, if you will. It went down in Kilgore, and the red and black took on the blue and yellow Bulldogs of Chapel Hill. And early on, neither team could really get things going. Midway through the first, Malik G on the sprint out. He tries to hit his man in the flat, but this one is tipped and picked off by Devin Tinney. That's a heck of a play right there. Kilgore ball now, goal to go. Kason Brooks drops back to hit the slant, but they got smacked off his own lineman's helmet. Whoops. 4 and out for the Bulldogs, keeping it tied at 0. Chapel Hill looks to get some juice now, and they do so by handing off to Sadadrian Darden. And man, this kid can fly, but ultimately, he hit the Hill would punt on this drive, but finally Kilgore answers with something. Rayshawn Williams, this kid is so fast, he makes fast people look slow. He's going to take this one into the house. Kilgore scores, gives them a 7-0 lead. One last drive here for Kilgore before the half. Brooks is met in the backfield by a pack of Bulldogs in yellow and white. Sack, lunchtime for Chapel Hill, and this one ends in the first half with a score of 7-0. Didn't stay that way, though. Kilgore puts the foot on the gas in the second half, and they take down Chapel Hill 28-7.
And it looks like we got our Damian Bartonic one last time for us here out in Kilgore. First of all, Damian, it's been great having you around here. We really appreciate everything that you've done for us. Second of all, I got a question for you. You know, we talk about Kason Brooks. We talk about LaCalian Graves. What about Rayshawn Williams, man? We don't talk about this kid enough. That running back for Kilgore really gets the ball going.
Hey, that kid is special, man. He reminds me a little bit of that Darren Sproles. He kind of has the same body type as like a Darren Sproles, but he just has some unreal juice, man. I mean, as soon as he hits that first level, if you don't get hands on him at that second level, he's gone. He's going to the house. I think he's a fantastic player. You know who else I think is fantastic, though? In the trenches, Cameron Christian. This kid is a leader right at the end of the game when coach is over here saying, talking to the team. He's the one that's breaking everyone down. That guy is something special. And you know what? He's so special that he actually gave us some time right after the game. Take a look. Damian Bartonic here with none other than Cameron Christian. Big Cam, one of my favorite players here in East Texas. An absolute dog. I was telling him earlier, I think he can play 1 tech, 2 tech, 3 tech. It don't matter what you can play, man, because you make plays, man. Right. Talk to me about tonight, though. This Chapel Hill offense, bro, they're known to put up points. You guys held them to 7. 7 points, and it was really a garbage time score, man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Really, just blowing our necks. That's what Coach talked about all week. We knew they were going to come out hard because we've been putting it on them for the past 2 years, so we knew they were going to come out hard, so we just had to come out and stone them.
And not only that, too, man, you especially, I see you on the sideline after every possession. Anytime you guys are out there, you're talking. You're looked at as a leader. I mean, whether you like it or not, whether you want to be or not, you are a leader of this team at the end. Whenever you guys are done bringing it down and talking about your performance, you're the one leading the team and all that good stuff, man. Tell me a little bit about what it's like to be a leader of this football team.
Man, it's great, and it's hard work. Then you gotta be on point too, because everybody looking at you. So whatever you do, they feel like they can do it too.
Not only that, man, you individually though, you make plays. You pop off the screen. I saw LaKeelion's mom here. Her and I were talking a little bit, and she said, "Hey, my son's number 4." I said, "Oh, I know your son, just like I know Big Cam. Whenever I watch it, Big Cam shines, man." Tell me a little bit about that though, how your seasons went so far, and also individually how you're feeling.
Right now, I'm feeling great, and really, it's not without my team. Like my team, they push me. Just how I push them, they push me. They give in return. So That's really what it is.
Absolutely. Got a couple more for you, then I'm done with you. I'll leave you alone, superstar. All right. Tell me like this, though, man. You guys are doing well this year so far, man. Only one loss, man. Ever since then, it's been all systems go. You guys have just been humming and going. Bro, what's been the key to all this success so far, man?
Staying with each other. Keep talking, keep communicating, keep doing what it takes. And practice, stay tuned, stay focused. That's what it is.
Not only that, hey, Chapel Hill, it's a big win. I heard y'all saying DC. I'm not going to say everything y'all said, but y'all said DC district champs. I know that's on the mind. How confident are you heading into this, especially coming off a win like this?
Every week. I'm confident every week, really. Coming into every game, you got to be confident, especially in a district like this, in a 4A like this.
Now, my last one. Hey, you know I went to Texas State. You know LK going to Texas State. Look, I don't want you to commit right now, but can you please show some love, man?
I'm a Bobcat.
You a Bobcat?
I'm a Bobcat.
Oh, boy, I can't wait, boy. Hey, my man, I appreciate the time as always, man. You're actually my last interview here in East Texas, and I got to do it right with the D lineman, so. Hey, man, what an interview. I know I said man like a million times. I can't believe I did that. I'm just losing aura out here right now, guys. But in all seriousness, though, that kid is so impressive. I mean, we talk about leadership. Coach Fuller, when I was there at practice, talked about resiliency. This kid embodies what this Kilgore football team is all about. It's all bundled up in him. He's a big young man, but I'm telling you, the leadership is just no joke. And it makes sense why Kilgore is as good as it is, because they have guys like that who lead the team. Now, I might have also broke a little bit of news with his commitment. He hadn't committed anywhere previously. We know he's a 3-star recruit. He's been looked at by places like Houston, Arizona. He said he's a Bobcat, so I don't want to take this moment from him. I don't know if he's going to have a nice little ceremony to commit, and have a hard commit, but what I do know is I might have broke a little bit of news, guys. I don't know.
Hey, that's what we're here to do, right? We're the
journalists
news,
at the end of the day.
We're the news. CBS19, we're the news. Hey, Damien actually won't be with CBS19 for much longer. You know, you're moving on to bigger things, you know, but we really appreciate everything you've done. Like we said, obviously Damien's been a huge part of our crew. He's moving on in the world, but, you know, we appreciate what he did.
Tremendous stuff for us, though, Damien. Seriously, I mean, just great stuff on Under the Lights, on Game of the Week. You know, the post-game interviews with the coaches, with the players. It's really been tremendous, and, man, just appreciate everything you've done.
But I got one more for you. Not done quite yet. Lindale's coming up. That's the toughest test yet. That is the test. That is the game we're going to be at. Man, how do you think this team stacks up against that? Do you think Lindale even has a chance at this point? Kilgore's running on another level right now. They're a whole different gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think when you look at the athletes of Kilgore, they're probably going to have the better athletes, right, individually. Lindale, to me, though, they operate so well as a team. Think of them kind of as like the 49ers, right, whether it's Brock Purdy, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo. It doesn't matter who's leading the charge there. They're always a good team. They're very well coached. They may not have the best of athletes, right? When you look at the 49ers, they got Fred Warner. He's great. Then on offense, you know, when they had a Deebo Samuel or they have a Christian McCaffrey, right, they have a couple of individual players that really shine, but they have so many guys that are so good within their system that it elevates them, right? So Lindale, I give them a shot because they're that good. They remind me of a team like that. But Kilgore, I mean, I've been here for the past 2 weeks. Size, I mean, obviously they're a big team, but athletically and talent-wise, their individual players, not only do they play well together, but individually they are so good. Whether it's LK, whether it's Brooks, the quarterback, number 2. We talked about Williams. Number 8, just an absolute beast, is one of the fastest players that you're going to see out here. And then you see Big Cam, right? Big Cam can make plays. Like I was saying, he can play the 1 tech, the 2 tech, the 3 tech. That means anywhere he shades, whether it's center, guard, in between there, it doesn't matter where he's at, he's going to make a play. I would favor Kilgore, but do not sleep on Lindale. They are just such a well-oiled machine. I love what Cochran's doing out there.
Lindale coming off of the bye week right now. It can go one of 2 ways. That can you build some rust, or that's an extra week to prepare for Kilgore. Got to imagine that. The guys up at Cochran, the way that team is coached, they're going to be ready.
They had Palestine this week. We're going to have that final score.
Oh, actually, sorry.
Yeah. No, bye week last week.
Bye week last week. I got you.
This week. Yeah,
well, Damien, thank you very much. Get home safe there, man.
Yes, sir.
We'll have more after the break. I guess we'll have Palestine and
we'll have the score.
Oh, the score.
We'll have the
there
score.
we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Under the Lights late night here on CBS19 Plus. Folks, if you thought we didn't have any more games for y'all, you're dead wrong.
You've never
I'm
been
sorry.
more wrong.
You're
in
dead
your
wrong.
life.
You're just dead wrong. We have so many more.
Well, get ready for it.
Let's do it.
I hope you're comfy.
Take it away.
Let's do it. Take it to Liberty Ilo. Leopard's first drive results in a punt, but this one's going to be, wait for it, blocked. A Bear, it's Gladewater, by the way. They're playing Gladewater. Bear got their paw on it. Big time turnover to start the game here. Up in Texarkana, they cash in on it too. Option pitch to Carson Cooper. Cooper's got some room. Cooper has the end zone. Touchdown Bears. It's 7-0. Gladewater looking to prove themselves. It's always a good Liberty Ilo team. I don't care what their record is. It's always a pretty solidly coached team. Teams trade punts. We jump into the second. Gladewater threatening again. Give it to the fullback, Flanagan. Look at the big fella. Go straight up the gut to the house. They go for 2 and make it 15-0 here. They start to pile it on in the second. Here's the QB keeper, Achilles Hess, in there for the touchdown. Give me the score. Gladewater. Statements are being made in Gladewater. You know, if we saw that a little earlier, they might have been on that mover chart. They're looking really good right now.
You're right.
46-20 over Liberty Ilo.
Did I take them? I might have taken them last week or the week before as a
One of these times we did.
I could do it again. I have free will. All right. We got captain's toss, the coin toss. Texas High receives the ball first. They're playing Marshall. Tigers
Big
on
one.
offense. Cameron Reitner pass to Javonte Montgomery. Breaking ankles in the clear. 50-plus yards for the long catch and run. Touchdown Tigers. And they lead it 7-0. I like those helmets a lot, Jimmy. I
Looks
like
great.
The neon orange. I like that. All right.
Both
Head
of them
coach
look
Jerry
good.
Stanford was fired up. Marshall on offense. Alton Henderson looking for room. Pocket collapses. Aaron Kelly on the tackle for Texas High. That leads to a punt from Jesus Grimaldo, fielded by Chase Dixon. He's got some blockers, crosses midfield, a good return.
Ooh, tightrope.
But that drive would end in a missed field goal. Darn it. All right, cheerleaders were cheering as
Packed
they do.
house. Look at that.
Move into the second quarter. Cameron Reitner handoff to Ahmad Moore. Brandon Richardson, the first to arrive, and whips him down. Another good stop for the Mavericks. Later in the drive, Reitner with time fits one into Xavier Powell. First down pickup for Texas High. The Tigers are moving the chains. 3 seconds left before half. Reitner is going to go for the end zone. It's in the air.
Great shot.
And that was a great shot. It's incomplete though to Javonte Montgomery. So Texas High just leads it 7-0 at the half.
Wow. That Marshall offense is so good. Texas High holding them to 0.
Yeah.
Dan, this very well could have been for the district championship. Just based on how the rest of this season goes, these two are pretty heavy favorites for it. 14-0. I know there were some Marshall players talking some mess on TikTok. It popped up on
TikTok?
It popped up on my For You page. I see it too. I'm still young.
I didn't know
Dang
people
it.
did that.
Hey,
They talk smack on TikTok.
Texas High barely won this one last year. Marshall was looking to get their get back, barely lose this one 14-0. Hey, take me to the West Rusk Raiders hosting the new Diana Eagles. Both teams coming in tonight looking to stay undefeated in district. Score's going to be 14-7. West Rusk in the third quarter. New Diana, the ball to DeJuan Johnson. Pass over the middle to Levi Green for the first down. This time, Johnson, quarterback keeper. He's the speedster, man. Bounces on the outside. That's a good and easy first down. A lot of blue on the field tonight.
Don't get confused, people.
Johnson hands it off to Alex Sheridan, who powers his way, then muscles it in through the first down, through the defenders.
Dang.
First of all,
Wow.
look how West Rusk got a crazy uniform on. Those look fantastic. Johnson again hands it off to Sheridan. Finish what he started. Touchdown Eagles. Extra point, no good. 14-13 West Rusk. Fourth quarter, West Rusk looking to pad the lead. Johnson Dotson, quarterback keeper, coming up the sideline. He gets lit up. He falls right into the cameraman's lap. Dotson, quarterback keeper, again strolls easily into the end zone. That's a lot less violent this time. This time, 21-13, West Rusk with the lead. New Diana keeping it close, though. West Rusk finishes 28 over the New Diana Eagles, 21.
All right, some more 4A Division II action. Pleasant Grove at home hosting winless North Lamar. Colt Yancey fakes a handoff to Nick Belvin, passes to the right to Camden Harris, and that is a touchdown for the Hawks. Talking about uniforms, Jimmy, Pleasant Grove, some of my favorite. Some of my favorite.
Black and gold always looks good.
They've got the Purdue thing going on. My mom went to IU, so I'm not about Purdue, but I do like the jerseys. Yancey handed up. Okay, there you go. Palmer Gibbs through the middle. That's an easy touchdown for the Hawks. Almost got dragged down there, but all too easy. All too easy for these Hawks.
They got cool lights in Texarkana, too.
They sure
oh, my
do.
God.
Man.
7's wild, baby.
7's wild indeed. How about 77-7 for Pleasant Grove?
That's a lot of 7s. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Give me the North Lamar. Oh. Is that our last?
No, Jimmy, we got your sight game.
Oh, yeah, check this out.
Ball is on the 7. Handoff up the middle. And he's not even really going to get touched on his way into the end zone. So Union Grove on the board first, 3rd and 10 essentially. Drops back to pass. He wants his man number 0. He's got him. Kyler Rowe making his way into the end zone.
Try and get that first down.
This one looks like they're going to run it. They got some room. Reitman hitting the outside. He'll beat out the one-man chasing him. That's a touchdown for Union Grove. Roberts in motion over the middle. This one's going to go to Porters, keeping it himself. Gets a little fancy with the footwork before falling into the end zone for his first score of the night. Having issues gripping it as this one picked off. That's number 1, tossing it to number 1 on the different team, Union Grove. One receiver to the top. They'll look to pass. Porter wants his man. He's got him open. Whiteman on the wheel route just walks in to the end zone. Is this right? And he said, yes. This handoff not going to go anywhere near that. Check out.
That was exciting to see live. He suplexed him. Rogue Sport, young man. Go wrestle. Union Grove takes this one 26-15 over Ore City. That was our kickoff Thursday night lights show. That was something that we do every Thursday. We'll be hitting it this week as well. I'm on call. Robert De La Garza was color commentating for that one in Ore City. That was a lot of fun. That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that looked like a lot of fun. That was a good game. Now, a little different from the 6-man action.
A little different from the 6-man action. I will tell you, though, a lot less disciplined than the last year. There was more flags on that field. Those guys are going to have to do some laundry the next day because those got turf pellets in those things, ringing them out for a while now. A lot of flags in that one. It looks like Union Grove came away with it.
Jimmy, the good news is no more flags because all we got are top plays, folks. Of course, we also have all the scores from all the games after that, but stick around for the top plays. Don't go anywhere.
Stick around.
Well, Jimmy, it is our best, most favoriteest time of the night. It's time for top plays, and we're heading out to Lobo Land to kick things off.
It's a good place to be.
It's a good place to be.
Maybe not tonight, though. Hey, Lobo ball, second play from scrimmage. Mason Washington, come on now.
What's up with Washington's in the backfield for Longview?
Look at the stripes moving on his shoulders. You can barely see them. They look like one big blur. He gets his way into the end zone, beats the defender for the touchdown.
From our site game, it was Tyler High hosting Cleburne. Caden Granberry floating it up to the tight end, Chris Moore, who climbs the ladder, makes the catch through the pass interference call. Let's see that one again. Defender just draped all over him, but Moore is not phased. Lions dominate the Yellow Jackets in this one.
Hey, take me through midway through the first. Kilgore, Chapel Hill, Malik G with a sprint out, tries his man in the flat, tipped up and picked off. Devin Tenney making the play there. Dan, let me do this one. Let me handle this next play.
Please.
Donald Beasley. Remember the name. Here comes the boom! Dan, I put it in slow motion afterwards because I knew you'd want to see this again. He takes the quarterback's soul here. Watch it in slow motion, dude. Perfect form. Get the hips through.
That is a textbook suplex.
Come on, young man. Go wrestle.
Get that kid in the ring. All right, what we got? We got Nacogdoches here. Dragons in scoring position. Garrett's back to pass. Throws it up to the back of the end zone for his receiver to make a play. And make a play he does. Micah, make a play. Lockett jumping over his defender, securing the catch. Feet in, and they would give it to him as that rounds out our top plays.
I saw Travis Hunter do that a few times. Yeah, really good play there, young man.
Slipped right on there.
Oh, yeah, you know. I'm always repping my buffs. Come on now.
All right, folks, we got to talk final scores. There's a lot of games to talk about, so let's get right to it. All right, here we go. Big old graphic. Tyler High downs Cleburne 66-30. Kilgore tops Chapel Hill 28-7. White House dominates Jacksonville 52-14. Here's your close game. Jimmy, Nacogdoches over Hallsville 21-20. Another close one, a sad one for us East Texas fans. Forney over Longview 28-24. Gilmer getting back on track perhaps. They down Pittsburgh 36-25. Elysian Fields shuts out Big Sandy on their big anniversary night 32-zip. And then Lovelady, some have called them the most dominant team in East Texas. They downed Overton.
That's what my Twitter mentions.
They downed 44. They win that back. I can't talk. They downed Overton 44-29. There we go.
All right, let's get to this next one. New Diana loses to West Rusk, 28-21. Rusk loses to Bullard. I promise you there's a score there at some point. Winona, 0. Troop, 60. Number 2, probably staying number 2 unless Westwood loses. Gladewater, make it a point over Liberty Ilo, 46-20. Center drops it to Carthage. Don't feel bad, Rough Riders. Everyone else does too. 60-14. Texas High 14. Marshall 0. Big time game there. North Lamar 7. Pleasant Grove 7-7. Grapeland 50. Mount Enterprise 68. And I believe we got another bracket.
We got a couple more. These are some games I figured folks would want to see. We couldn't get to them tonight. But Lindale down Palestine 43-14. Royce City over Tyler Legacy 38-17. Hyde Park just gets past Brook Hill 17-14. And then how about All Saints? They took down Covenant 31-21.
Hey, how about the Trojans? Go down.
How about them Trojans? Not the same Trojans. We learned that last week.
Yeah.
They're different. What did Emerson say? He said, people disrespect us.
Oh, yeah. No, they're good.
They're different
good
Trojans team, folks.
Yeah, very good football team there.
Don't mess with the Trojans. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on Under the Lights. We'll see y'all again next week. Be there.